So how was practice today?
I thought it was pretty good. It's not a whole lot cooler here, but it's early. It's a great atmosphere. I mean, look at the mountains surrounding us and have a different venue. I think is good. So our guys' focus has been pretty good. Yesterday was obviously a long day, but it's good to get back to work this morning.
How was the funeral service yesterday?
Well, I thought it was very well done. Certainly, it's a sad time and pretty emotional for a lot of folks. And then they had a nice service at the Sands Club at the stadium, and really appreciative of the athletic department and all the other athletes and coaches that came out for that.
What message do you try and get across most with the players coming up here?
Well, more than anything, just to come together to work and to have. I think it's obviously a bonding experience because you're in a different environment. You're staying in the barracks, and there's not really any distractions for us, which is good. We did 2 nights, so the favorite thing of this weekend is always the dinner with the soldiers, and that's tonight.
What's the itinerary for the rest of the day for the guys?
Well, we got a little walk through this afternoon, and then we're going to have dinner with the soldiers tonight, and then a meeting after that, and then we'll head out tomorrow morning.
So you mentioned you're talking a little bit about Demetrius Flanagan-Foles the other day, and a couple interceptions today. What are your expectations for him for this season?
Well, he got to play as a true freshman, which is really rare, and got some experience, and he's bigger and stronger, and obviously, more in tune with what college football is all about now. It's a new system for him, but he has all the stuff that we're looking for in the safety in our defense.
How did you think not being able to play? I think it was his senior year of
high
school. How did that affect him, do you think?
Sometimes you worry about that. Was he got to shake the rust off a little bit? But, he's a local kid, so he was around as much as he could be. He loves football. And I think that's the key. He's a guy that loves football. And so as soon as he could learn and be active, he was in the middle of it.
How much did being here in spring help Isaiah Hayes coming into the fall camp?
Well, Isaiah is a really competitive guy. He comes from a football family, and I think it's helped him. Again, he's still learning, but he's going to have a really good future.
How does Cody Ippolito look to you this
Cody looks good. He's not missed a rep, and I think we're cautious of having too much wear and tear on there. So but he wants to take every rep. He's a competitive guy, and he's had a good camp.
What is his value to the team as far as the locker room leadership?
I think there are obviously some there, but more than anything on the field, because he's such a smart player. I mean, he can help get the guys lined up, and even though it's a new system, I mean, Cody's a football junkie, and he understands the game. And so the leadership that we need the most out of him is at Mike linebacker on the field, and he's pretty valuable with that.
I'm sorry we missed the first part of the interview. Can you talk a little bit about the mental state of the team in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, yesterday was a tough day, but just judging on how they were at last night at the team meeting, their spirits were better. And they're a pretty resilient group. They had a good practice this morning, so they're battling through it. It's been a long week, certainly, but I'm proud of the way they've responded.
How about being all through the state? You've been in Tucson, Tempe, now here in Fort Huachuca. Do the guys, does it traveling help at all, or does that make things more challenging?
I think it does. It could be a matter of opinion, but I think just getting on a bus, it's not long trips, 2 hours up to Phoenix and an hour and a half here, but I think that helps the bonding experience. Again, I'm prescribed to have all the right answers for that, but I think so far it's been a pretty good reaction from the team.
The kicking situation is Josh looked like he has got the place kicker spot lined up, and how are you?
No, he's not got locked up, but he's kicked pretty well. But Edgar kicked well today, and it's a battle. Josh is probably the leader in the clubhouse at punting, but that's not locked up either. And I've got to do some more as far as putting pressure on him in practice. We did a little bit today, but next week, about every day, we'll put some pressure on the punters and kickers and see how they respond to that.
How is Justin Holt doing so far?
Well, today was his first practice. He was battling some injuries, and so that affected his condition. So he wasn't ready when camp started, and he's really probably not really ready now as far as being in shape. But we got to work him into shape. Today was his first practice.
How can Trevor Wood help you guys the most this season?
Well, he's a big athletic guy. He's a really good football player, and we've used the tight end quite a bit. But now we've got 4 in the rotation that we feel pretty good with, and Trevor's one of them.
How come Sammy Morrison isn't on the 105 at this time?
He's injured.
Anything else?
What are your thoughts on being here at Fort Huachuca?
Love coming up here. You know, we've coming up for 2 days this time, and it's great people. You know, the highlight of the weekend is always the dinner tonight with the soldiers, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay, can you draw some leadership comparisons?